if I'm any better. Let me put my camera up on the stand. Sometimes it just gets fussy. Sometimes things just get fussy. Let me zoom in a little. Zoop. And adjust my camera a little. We'll see how that works. Now I have to come back into my stream over here. There we go. Hi, Joyce. Thanks for coming back in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming tonight. I'm kind of tired. I've been really thankful for today. My brother's family canceled the trip to the lake, at least for today. They don't know about tomorrow. For all I care, we could stay home all weekend. I have so much to do. Hi, Angie Brown, girl. Welcome in, welcome in. I got 2 of you in here. Let me adjust my chat filter to all messages. And let me, while I'm here, adjust my quality on my tablet from 480 to 1080. There we go. Hi, Bonnie. It's good to see you. I have to, my laptop is going to fade out on me any minute. It's only at 41%, 51%, but the lighting is really bad on it. So I do bring in my other phone, so welcome in. Hi, Jersey girl. How are you tonight? It is good to see you. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. I'm really zoomed in, aren't I? I thought that I would work on my Putz house. I want to take some of this, and I went to this town the other day, but do you think I remembered to buy those little roses to put on here? I'm going to, what I want to do is thread some of this, and I might have to do it with a crochet hook. I did get out my crochet hooks. I'm gonna have to turn that fan toward me. It is really warm. And I want to put a chimney on my, this is an English cottage, Putz house, P-U-T-Z. And what they are, they're little German houses that they use for Christmas decorations. Only the ones I'm seeing on the internet are really small. This is made out of a tea box. And most of mine are about this size. I don't know if I could do any smaller one. Oh, and I want to show you the things I got at, I just did a small haul. I bought mostly dirt at the garden center and plants. Am I getting the right hook through it? I always get the wrong hook through. Let's see if I can get a hold of this without, maybe if I tuck it under this way. Tuck it under, Mary. Tuck it under. And then pull it out again. Yes, that's what you do. Now get a hold and pull that through so it looks like the vine is kind of twining around the trellis here. And let's go way up. Let's see, I got one here. I'll probably have to glue. some of this down, but I don't mind putting some glue on this. And that didn't stay, did it? I want that to kind of go under, but that's really glued down. We'll come back to that. Let's bring this one up a little more. Maybe if I just hook this one up here. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I think you can. Maybe this one should go under this one like that. And this come up. I don't think I can get it under there. Might have to add some glue to some of this. Put this one over this way. I just kind of want to wind it like it's finding its way around this trellis. Let's pull it a little bit more. Yeah. See, when I glued that down, it really glued my bobby pin together. But that's okay, I didn't expect it to. And let's bring this up and cross that way. Now I know you can go under there. Don't you fight me. There. Where did it go up to? There we go. Now, if I just put a spot of glue right in here, and I'm going to bring this one back down. Where did it run off to? Underneath? Yeah. Come on. Down and under again. Yeah, I need to glue this. Let me get my glossy accent out. Yeah, I think I'm kind of liking that. I don't know, it might be a bit much. If I just get some leafy green on there. But I'm going to have to glue this. I think I'm going to put a piece of painter's tape to hold it down for a bit. And then I'll glue it right in here. Let me. It's not glue. My glue is getting empty. And of course it didn't hold. Kind of hold that for a minute. This I kind of have to do by feel, and let it dry and then come back and do some more on it. There. We'll just let that dry. It looks kind of messy right now, but I can't do anything when it's not dry. Okie dokie. Let's get Derwin the Dragon out. Last year was the Chinese Year of the Dragon, and Becky gifted Derwin to me. Mina named him, but Penelope's still on vacation, so Derwin's filling in for her. Let me refresh chat and welcome you all in on a Friday night. I hope your Memorial Day weekend is going well so far, off to a good start. Angie says, Laura, how is your mom? Hi, Teresa. Welcome in. Hi, Sharon. Just glue it to the top. I should. I kind of want to wrap it around the trellis, though. And I want to bring it back up this way, and after this part dries here, after this part dries, then I have more control. I should put a dab of glue in there, but let me set it aside, move on. I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight. I'm kind of dragging. Hi, Dar. Welcome in, Dar. And Joyce. And Pink Girly. Hi, Pink Girly. I saw you're feeling a little bit better. Dar says, hi, Teresa, Sharon, Becky. Did I miss saying hello to Miss Becky? There she is. Welcome in, Becky girl. Becky, I imagine that was probably Scott's video that you showed of the car museum. And I go, ooh, I would like to be in there with a sketchbook. I could go sketching in our own museum, but I just haven't done that yet. You're getting your room cleaned? You know, I was thinking it's going to rain here all weekend. And I was thinking this would be a perfect weekend to work in this room. And I might do that yet. We have to take flowers down to my parents' grave. We like to decorate it. My older brother and I like to decorate it. Let me zoom out a little. I have a small haul from the thrift store. The one that was closed Saturday morning. I went when I went shopping. All right. I didn't get a whole lot, Derwin. He says, okay, I'll crawl back into my little spot. He lives up here on that little jewelry box. Inside of I got another blouse just to wear. I got two to wear around the house. I wash them and wear them. I like them because they're nice and baggy. And I've got a lot of sweater, winter type things, but that gets hot out in the yard. Then I debated on this, but I think it's linen. So I went ahead and paid $2 for it. This is a towel, and I need to get back into slow stitching. I've kind of put that aside for a while, but it is a linen. It's a nice linen towel, and I'm thinking of slow stitching on it. So I got that. I got these wonderful pillowcases. Yeah, let me open this. It's got tape on it, Becky. Although on a white pillowcase, it doesn't make as big of a deal, but two of them, and I paid $2.50, so about $1.25 for each pillowcase. And these are nicely embroidered. Let's see if I can come this way. Yeah, come on. if it'll come off easier. And it looks like it's been hand embroidered. I'll see after I get this pulled off. Hand crocheted. Oh, got it on my finger now. Ah, this is how my day has gone. I should have stayed in bed today. Come on, Meri. That off your finger. Don't just cut it. Just cut it, Meri. I mean, not don't, do. Just cut it off. Jeez. Yeah, I think these have probably been hand embroidered. I'll wash them. Maybe wash them in some. I don't want to bleach them. But this, I think they're nice and clean. They just don't seem bright, but my lighting in here is not good. I want to look at the embroidery. The crochet, it all looks hand done. Oh yeah, it's done by hand. Whoever did this put a lot of time into it. Two of them. Just beautiful. Where's the other one? It's hiding. Oh, wait. What's going on? Oh, what is this going to? Oh, I'll show you that in a minute. No, that's just a thread. I don't know where that thread came from. Let's see how they had this folded up here. I think like this. We'll put it like they had it. And I bought this, and I debated. It was only 25 cents. It's just fabric. But it's kind of a, I want to call it colonial type. It's, I think you're seeing it probably brighter than I am in here. If I get this stupid tape off of it. And I like subtle, kind of muted colors. Oh, look what it did. Look what that label did. I'll have to probably put some water on that. Maybe I can get it off. Yeah. That's pretty good. 25 cents. I'll probably wash this before I use it. It looks like it may need some washing. And I didn't buy much fabric. I bought some tulle though. Now this was over in the craft area. I thought I got another one. I did. This is a light pink, a green, and a purple. I have some dried lavender from last year, and I thought I would make some sachet bags, and I think the tulle will be enough. I might use, well, that's what I got it for anyway. And what was this? Oh, I think this is wool roving. And this was, I think this was a bargain. This was only $1. And it got several packages of it. I think the other's a little bit more, but I think this is wool roving that you can felt with. I'm sure it is. It doesn't say on this label. I can't read the label in here. It's in Chinese, I think. It's in a foreign language. Probably Chinese. But it doesn't say 5 elements of something or other. It's in a foreign language. but I'm pretty sure that's roving, and roving's kind of expensive. It probably came in a, somebody was probably going to do a project. Now let's see, where's the others? I thought I got 3 packages. It looks like I only got 2. This one was all green. Greens, which are not really my favorite color, but for the price, $2 for this one. For the price, I couldn't leave it alone. So I might try a little felting. Maybe make a tree. A green tree. And I got some thread. It's pretty strong. I paid, what did I pay for this? 50 cents. I didn't spend a whole lot of time in there. I kind of went around the store. They reorganized it, so I had to find my way. I like what they did to the store, but I really went in there to see if I could find a pair of slacks to wear down to the lake, but we're not going to the lake, I don't think, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see how strong this is. That's pretty strong string. I might do some eco dyeing. I might use this for eco dyeing. It's more of a string than a tatting thread. I guess you could tat with it, but or crochet with it, but it's more of a string type thing. And oh, I bought this in the fabric, on the fabric. I thought this would make I couldn't see much because they tape everything together, but this looks like it would make a nice journal cover. I'm not sure if it's fabric or a pillow cover or exactly what it is. I paid 50 cents for that piece, and I think it's well worth 50 cents if you like to do slow stitching. Or, oh look at the back. Oh, it's 2 pieces. No, is this the back of it? Oh, look at the back. Oh, wow, I like the back. It's a nice piece. It's a nice piece of, it looks like fabric that you would make a cushion cover or something out, upholstery type fabric. But look at the back. Ooh, I like the back. See, I like these subtle colors. Although this is not bad. This is what attracted me to it. So, yeah, I'll be using this in my, I gotta get my fabric sorted out. I've kind of, the garden and the yard work is really taken over, but I'm slowly getting the garden in shape. It's taken a while. It rains. In March it snowed. We had a blizzard in March, and then it was getting all that dirt straightened out. Let's see. Oh, and then I bought, where's my scissors? Where'd they go off to here? I bought this for maybe decorative type. I only paid $1/4 for this, but it's kind of a sheer fabric with little, I hope I'm not cutting the fabric here. I might be. No, I don't think I am. It's a sheer fabric with little gold embellishments on it, little gold dots. Paid $1/4 for it, but you know, this is the type of thing that you would use to, oh, just kind of, in slow stitching, you could just put that down as a pretty piece. And let's see, what else did I get here? A bag of buttons. And I have to tell you, let's see, what did I pay? I paid $1 for it. But I went to Walmart. I was looking for buttons, and I ended up getting a card of black buttons, little shank buttons that had 6 buttons on it, 6 black ones. And I paid 97 cents for it, but I paid $1 for this, and look what I got. So I got that. And then my last thing is this kind of a tape yarn. It's called Marina Multi. I don't know if that's the type of yarn. I call it a tape yarn. I like to use this. It's kind of thick. Is there 2 pieces there? Oh no, it's 1 piece. I like to use this in tassels and everything. So I wonder if it's all that wide. You could use this as decorative in your slow stitching too. It's kind of a net type thing. It's not really a tape yarn. It's more of a decorative. I'm not sure what it is. I paid $1 for it, which I don't know if I'll use it for what I was thinking with tassel, but, and for all of that, oh no, one more thing I got. Let me throw the receipt away. And, oops, I dropped something. Something fell out of the package. I don't know what it was. I don't see it. I can't find it now. When I find it, I'll show it to you. It was probably a button or something. What's this? No. Piece of double-sided stickers. Let me throw the sack away. The other thing that I got is really a bargain. I don't know if you guys remember in the late 80s and the 90s, the Lang calendars were really popular. And you could buy these holders here to hold those big, beautiful Lang calendars. I don't think Lang is in business anymore. I don't know. I haven't checked, but I haven't seen any of their products. And here, let me turn it this way so you can see. It's really, and what I'm going to use it for, this is strong and it's nice and secure. I'm going to use it as a tray, my recliner. I have trays, but they don't go from arm to arm, and this one reaches from arm to arm. And when I tap, I bought some of those sticky mats from Amazon. I'm going to put the sticky mats on here to hold my needles and scissors and tatting stuff. And that'll hold it while I'm tatting. So, and it only cost me $1. And these frames run all the way from $14, $15, $16, up to $20 a piece, brand new. Maybe even more than that, depending on where you're buying it. So that retail. So, and I got mine for $1. And I'm thinking about Becky. She showed a Q-snap. And she said she needed a Q-snap. She said she could probably get one. She could probably get one thrifting, and sure enough, she did. So I like to go thrifting because I like the thrill of the, you know, I threw that sack away. You get that sack out again. Put this stuff back in the sack. I like the thrill of looking and finding things, but at some point I've got to quit buying all this stuff or start taking it back, start donating some of it that I don't use back. But then I'll use it someday, like something like this. Although on something like this, you buy it and you're not sure you'll ever use it, and you'll be working on a project and you'll go, oh, I have something perfect for it, and there it is. So, but where did I put it? That's the story. So that was my thrifting, and I was really happy to get this wool roving. I don't know what I'll do with all that green. I guess I could make a tree. Or make a green kind of a graphic design, maybe a Zen doodle type thing, a mat. But it'll be good to practice felting. I haven't, Beth Schuler does a lot of felting, and felting, I was going to do it, and I bought all the needles and everything, and they're behind me someplace. So that was my small thrifting haul. And then I filled my car with 15 bags of topsoil and marigolds and petunias and geraniums. They had these beautiful pink geraniums. They're pink. I've always seen red geraniums. These were pink. And so I had to get them. They weren't very expensive. I found Menards is probably the best place to go around here. The other places are so darned expensive. And at some point, I'm going to take you guys out and show you my garden, but I want to kind of get some flowers out there. I've been really working slow this year. But I had a lot of prep work to do, and it's been mostly prep work. But the dirt is going to go, the dirt is going to go in the, whoops, hold on, I'm going to have a craft lunch here. In the remaining mineral tubs. And then in probably the middle part of June into July is when they start putting plants on sale. And I think I'll get some more kind of edging plants. I'm going to finish these envelopes. One of these is for Miss Angie. Becky won one for Angie. And this one's mine. Becky, yours and Lala's, I put in the mail yesterday. And if you're a member of the Fibdiggity community, Fibdiggity Room 2, I got the tag sent off yesterday, and I sent off Karen Kay's mini seed journal that she won. So let's work on Angie's first, because I do one of these and I'm done. But I have got to turn the fan toward me. Oh, feels good. Green will go good on here. Let's do the, oh, this is that goldy color though. See, I have to tell you, my lighting is so bad. I got this swatch out. Let's swatch some things. I think that's the same color as what I thought this is. A little bit different. We don't want to do yellow too much because our envelope is yellow. I was reaching for. Man, I'm not feeling that fan. Now, let's use this. Let's just do some stripes. None. Some darker ones. I think this is more of a blue. So I went to Jacqueline's sale tonight. She had a lot of papers on sale, index cards, pockets, and I won one of the giveaways and I won the free shipping. But it ended up that she wasn't feeling good. She had a migraine. And so she gave everybody that won the giveaway free shipping, regardless of, because she ended early, regardless of whether you won the, she does a card game where you guess whether it's going to be hearts, diamonds, that. And she said, I'm going to leave, so I'm going to give everybody that won the giveaways free shipping. Yay! So I'll get free shipping, and then she's holding she's going to sell again next week, and she's holding everything for next week. Let's see how this darker, this is red. Well, red isn't going to work with that. No. I think I'm going to have to get out that other box because I think I threw a lot of them in the other box. Let's go back in with that red and fill in the blanks here. This is a gray. What do you, yeah, you guys are seeing it. But I want to get these done and sent off. I've been putting doll images in them. Now, let's get the other box out because these aren't. Might keep that white out. I piled everything in the other box. Keep the whites. I think I pulled that light blue. I can always get it out if I want it. Ooh. And I want the a pink. And that looks, well, that's a dark pink. It's supposed to be red, but they had a pink. Pink is probably in the other box. I don't like, I absolutely do not like, I'm going to use this and then use white on it. I don't like their caps because I can't see what colors I'm getting, and the colors really are not true colors. What did I do with the white? The colors really are not true. The reds. And in my head, I'm thinking that a true red is probably too expensive for them to make. So they make it pink. You probably have to get a certain element to make that red. There, I think I like that. Now let's outline it. And the black and purple, you guys see me hemming and hawing over blacks and purples. Meri, you made that elephant-sized purple. All the better to see him with. Did she just use purple? Oh, well, it's dark. There's that hand, Angie girl. And let's see. I think I was taking a 10 plus gear. If I can find one. And so whites here. And outlining my tatting rings here. And this is the address side of the envelope. I drew it from prompts. I did a prompt game, and Becky took my prompts and did them backwards, and instead of doing it on paper or whatever I did it on, I can't remember what I did it on. I think I made postcards. She did the prompts, her prompts on envelopes, and I watched her video and I said, what a great idea. I'm going to do that. So Becky and I kind of inspired each other, although I think I got more inspired from what Becky did. She just used the prompts. I like that she did envelopes. So I had a giveaway, and not very many played in the giveaway. So Becky played twice for other people. I said, play some for people that aren't here. She played for Lala and for Angie, and she won both of them. But she didn't win her own number. So I said, that won't work. So I did an envelope for Becky, too. I start these things out saying, I'm only going to make one for me and one other one. And then I end up making 4 of them. Oh, dear. Let's try this for that. Let's see if it shows up. For the spool of thread. For the... I wonder if I put a little gray on that, if it will put the gray on the... like that. And I need the... my sepia one in here. That's another yellow. Let's get out that other. Oh, that fan feels good on my neck. Yeah, I don't like having to dig. I have to look either at the top of the cap or the bottom or that little strip there. I think their whole cap should be the color of... Oh, this is supposed to be a clothespin. And it will look like one when I get done. I think if I put this color around here. Let's take a yellow color and see if I can't blend that in a little. I might have to redo that. What did I do with it? I think that's... was that purple that I just used? That's not purple. I don't know what color this... I think this is out of the new box. Now let's get that dark yellow one. Give it a... and outline it. Outlining always helps it. Most of the time. Now I'm working on the side, the flap side of the envelope, so it right there where the paper edges meet, it kind of throws my pen off track. Oh, that's not bad. So I think, well, let's put some Picasso on my tatting here. That's one thing I thought I'd do this weekend. What are you guys going to do this weekend? What are you? How are you going to spend your Memorial Day weekend? Put it in the comments. I'd like to know. I am wanting to learn how to shuttle tat. And I think I was watching Tammy. She did a beginner class in her regular Tuesday stream. And I was watching her. And I think I figured out what I'm doing wrong. Maybe. So I'm anxious to give shuttle tatting another try. And see if I can't figure out where my fingers are going wrong. Okay. One more. Let's see. I had it in my hands a minute ago. What did I do here? Oh, that says draw. D-R-A-A-W. Let's outline the address portion. Now I'm going to use stickers for the address. I have leftover stickers paper, and this is where the stamp goes. Now let's do the other side. And how did I do her? I used that other, I did green, pink and green, polka dots and stripes, and I kind of like the X's. Let's see. I saw, where did I see it? Did I pull it out? I like those Premier pens. Wait, there it is. This is what I want. I like these Prisma Premier markers. I think I'm going to invest in some. And Legia, if you're out there listening by any chance, I ordered, Legia gave me a PayPal. Thank you so much for that, Legia. And I wanted to get something with it that I would really enjoy. And I think of her every time I used it. I ordered, they had a Mother's Day sale on the Art Journaling magazine. And I went ahead and used the money that Legia sent me and got me a subscription to the Art Journaling magazine. So thank you so much for that, Legia. Let's see, I think I'll put a stripe in between it. I'm going to do X's here on this hand. I'm just kind of finishing up projects tonight. I wanted to do that haul. Oh, I didn't put a second line in there. Well, we're not going to put a second line, I guess, on this one. We'll do it here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And put the cat back, and I had that red one out. It's probably in the other box. I should put all the yellows in one box and with the reds, and all the blues and greens in a box, and the blacks and whites in a box. And I would have at least a little idea of where things are. Here's this one. There's yellow, and yeah, this was the one I was looking for. We're going to do red in between here on the stripes. And let's do some scallops here. This envelope goes to Miss Angie. And I'll have to outline those so that they show up. And let's put a blue or green, and or blue and or green. I guess this is the blue. So let's do blue stripes up here. And purple. And I think that's the goldish color, the goldish brown. We'll try that. It's not purple, maybe. No. It's hard to tell. I think this is that brownish color. They finally put in something that looks like a brown in their new set. It's kind of a golden brown. And I'm going to put a line on every other side, I think. Well, I kind of goofed that up to the green that I used. Was it this one? Yeah. And then that gorgeous reddish pink, and let's get the white out and ready. Uh-oh, did I? Here's a white. And I just put a couple of strokes of pink on there because it's really dark. And then I try to blend it with this white. It sort of works. These markers are not really that blendable. It isn't like you can mix the paint, but it sort of works with the white at least. Yeah, let's go ahead and outline that. The outlining really makes the difference. There we go. I think I'll call that done. The hand. Oh, and it has the tatting thread coming down. She's tatting rings. String of rings. They look like donuts right now. I had a laugh at Tank Girly. She said she tatted a ring and she said it looks like a bug. Yeah. So I'm hoping I'll have a chance. It was cold and rainy today. No opportunity for me to get out in the yard. I need to get out in the yard tomorrow. And I'm hoping that there'll be a little bit of sunshine, but if there is, they'll probably call and say, let's go down to the lake. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out there tomorrow. Let's put some Picasso on here. On the string, on the space string. Looks like I tatted it. Oh dear. Okay. And now let's do the let's use this for the spool of thread here. And maybe that yellow color. And here. And here. And let's take my black and do some thread lines. Something like a spool thread. I got a stack of books. Let's do some colors here. Let's do a pink one in there. And a blue one if I can find the blue. That's white. That's green. That's purple. That's a dark green. Yeah, this might be blue. It looks more like a green. That's a blue. Put a blue one here. Then when you outline them with the black, they start looking like books. That one's a little messy. And let's get that yellow out. Golden on the pages. Stack of books. Now, I'm not chatting much because I want to get these envelopes done. Yep. I think I'll stop after this one now because this is Angie's. I only have hers and mine to do, and I'll do mine maybe Sunday night. And I probably won't mail mine to me, but I do want to do one for myself. And let's see, let's do the, I guess I did the yellow in here, didn't I? Kind of blended it in and then went over it again. Yeah, outline it in black and it starts to look okay. Whoops, that's red. The black just adds a definition to it, especially when you're not putting a lot of detail, and I'm not putting a lot of detail on here, a lot of tonal values and all of that. The black outlines kind of make the image pop. There we go. Now we just have the dress to do. And I kind of liked that blue. Let's do her dress in blue. And let's do it like this. And, I think I'll make flowers. I think I'll give her blue flowers. Big blue flowers. I get tired of doing the same thing over and over and over. So after this side is done, I'll probably call it a day on the envelopes and move on to something else. I'm not planning on staying. It's 8:30. I'm not planning on staying after 10. If I do, it'll because I got involved in something. That's generally what happens. I say, I'm leaving at 10, and then at 10 o'clock, I'm trying to finish up something, and I'm not ready to leave. This lady likes flowers, big blue ones. I'm thinking about putting some little pink polka dots in there and leaving a white background. Putting yellow centers on the flowers. I guess this is kind of running together there. What are you doing? All right, let's get out the pink or red or whatever color it is and put pink polka dots in there. And let's give her a pink belt, sort of, and pink cuffs. And how about blue polka dots and red pink buttons? Let's do some pink buttons and blue polka dots. I don't know if you'd wear that dress in real life, but I probably wouldn't. Oh, I might for a day. I like it. All right, we'll outline everything. That'll make it better. That'll make it better. My black outlines always save the day for me. And let's outline the buttons. The buttons are big buttons. Oh. And I guess I should outline the flowers too. Kind of hard, but And no, I'm not going to outline the polka dots. That would be a little too hard unless you had a tiny, tiny point. There we go. I like it much better. I think I'm done. And I'm going to save mine for Sunday night. I can do one of these envelopes at a time. And I'm done. This one will go to Angie. We'll get it ready to mail and we'll send it out in tomorrow's mail. Tomorrow's Saturday, but it won't, oh dear, where does this go? Here. It won't go out until Monday because my brother doesn't get to the post office until after it closes on Saturday. He waits until it closes, then he goes and gets the mail, so I can't change his. Look, I have a white. You got to really make sure. Oh, hold on. You got to make sure the caps are on good. I think I saw a cap over here. It's not white, it's purple, but I'm going to put it on the white until I find, let's color it white. Sort of. It might be gray. It's gray now. I'll probably find the cap here someplace. It might be in here. I think these I want left out. Make sure that... All right. Let's move on, Mary. Let me come out and look at chat. I will do the other one. I'm going to put it inside here. I'll do that. That other one, that last one is mine. I'll do it, but... So this is what Angie is getting. This is the address part. I got to catch up on my red dot. No, it's on the red dot, but I'm still putting colors away. There. Okay, and then this is the other side. In the end, I'm happy with them, but it just takes so long to do them. Let's put some dolls in for Angie. I don't know if Angie does much art journaling per se. She makes cards and book covers and bowls and stuff like that. I've never really... Angie, do you do much art journaling? I'm just going to grab some dolls here, and I don't know if she'll use these, but I gave the other gals dolls, so let's give her some cute little dolls and make sure that all of them have their heads. Because I got the heads off of some. I was doing a project. I can't remember what project was. Oh, I know. I was doing those. Yeah, I didn't make my deadline on those passport swaps. I cut little heads off. I was going to put them on the passports. I think these all have their heads. Yep. I didn't make it. I petered out. All right. We'll give her these. Angie girl, you're getting some dolls. I'll give her that one that fell out. Put them in there. And when I took one of them to the post office. I took them both to the post office, and I don't know if it was Becky's or Lala's. But one of them, she allowed to go through. And the other one, well, I think she said both of them. Because one of them, she said, was kind of poofy. And she said that needs to be hand canceled. And I thanked her for hand canceling it because I remembered what happened to Arlene. I think it was Arlene's that she had to hand cancel. I just took an envelope and put some extra dolls in for Arlene. All right, this will go off to Angie Girl tomorrow. So, now, let me come out and look at chat. Come on, Derwin, you need to take the center of the show here. You need to wiggle your tush. You need to dance with me. Dance with me. Yeah, let's dance. Dancing with the dragon tonight. Meri's dancing with the dragon. He says, let me go. All right, I'm going to leave him in the middle while I refresh my chat and come out and chat with you guys a bit. Chat filter, all messages. Let's see. Hi, Goldie. Good morning, or good evening. Hi, Goldie. Goldie says, I do want to see you, Angie. What did Angie say? Goldie, I could ask Meri to show me if you want me to. Oh, sure. If you send me, a picture of you or a picture of something, I will show it if you give me permission. Let's see, what did Joyce say? Steph, I mailed mine too, Joyce said. Goldie says, I hope Janet has gotten my passport ATCs by now, but I'm not sure. Hi, Linda Rins. Oh, you're very welcome. Which postcard was it? Was it one of the elephant ones? You know, I should do another postcard. Let's do a postcard. I'll make it simple, something we can get done fast. And I'll just do one for me and one for thee. One for a giveaway. I'm not going to do a whole lot of postcards because that's what I say past 10. Angie says, I hope, let's see, what did Angie say? I don't make envelope journals, but I know one has seen them. Oh, I don't make envelope journals, but no one has seen. Oh, you make them, but no one has seen them? Envelope journals? And Goldie said she wants to see it. Meri, I sent you a picture of me. Can you show it? Yes, I will. Let me grab my phone. Angie Girl. Angie Girl. I think she mailed it to me. Angie Brown. Here I am, she says. Oh, there she is. There's pretty Angie. Hi, Angie. Everybody wave to Angie. Can you guys see? Derwin says, I'll dance with Angie. I'm feeling groovy tonight. Feeling groovy. There you are, Angie girl. Yeah, you look like what I pictured you in my mind. Short brown hair. Yeah. Well, we won't make you stay up on the podium too long. You are very pretty, Goldie says. And Meri agrees. Let me get out of this. Meri agrees. You know what? I could read chat from here. I can see it better. Let's go back in and go to YouTube. I changed my icons around. I finally figured out I lost my emojis on my chat. And I got them back, but it took me a while. So if I posted some comments to you and didn't put an emoji on it, like a rose or a smiley or a bandit or something like that, it's because it wasn't letting me. It on this phone, you guys, If you do an update and it asks you to update to Gemini, if you're, I think on both Android and iPhone, be very cautious. I let it install Gemini, which is more of an AI thing. I hate it. And so I went out there to see how I could uninstall it, and I found a whole bunch of people who hated it. It takes a lot of control away from you. It just, I don't like it. I think they tried to put it in before they fully tested it, because it just, I hate it. I haven't figured out how to take it off my Android yet, but I did finally fix chat, I think, so that but I changed all my icons around, so I have to hunt for YouTube here. Where's my YouTube? YouTube. Here. Okay. Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who are not happy with Gemini. Oh, let me turn the sound down. And of course I got an ad, but it's not a bra this time. What are they doing? Oh, they're mopping the floor. Let's skip it. Meri, my hair is brown, black, red, and gray. Well, that fits you, Angie. Goldie says, see, and I haven't figured out why some of the chat is in, and down here too, it's in an outline font. And on some, we're just fine. And we thought maybe because they were members, like Goldie is a member, but I think I saw other members who are not in, who don't have the outline font, who are not members. And I don't know who. But anyway, Andy says, Meri, Verizon upgrade my phone too. I hate it too. I have to change my passwords 5 times to check my account. Oh, yeah. And I tried to get into my Verizon account. They call it My Verizon, and that's where you can check your settings, your phone, what you have on, you know, what you're being billed for and everything. And if you want to upgrade or order something, they have a My Verizon account. And I went out there and I forgot my password, so I did the forgot password thing, and it was emailing it to somebody else. I didn't even know the person that it was emailing it to, so I called tech support. Hi, Allie K. There's Miss Allie K. See, Allie K is a member, and her name is not in outline. But Goldie, now you guys may have it all in the same font, but mine, I can't enlarge the, maybe can I think I can only enlarge the picture. I can't enlarge the, see, I can zoom in on the picture, but I can't zoom in on the chat. But for me, because of this, and it happened when, let me get back into my chat here. Come on. It happened when I did that upgrade. See, Allie K for me has a nice, bold, white font, but Goldie has a hard to read outline font on her name. And down here where it says chat, and I don't think you guys can see it from, let me hold it up close so you guys can see. Where are you? You're dancing around, Meri. Wait. It flipped. Come on, flip back. See how Goldie's name is in an outline font? It's hard to read. But if you go up and look at Allie K, she's right there. Hers is nice and bold, and they're both members. So I haven't, but Allie K is a mod. Is Goldie a mod? Let me make, Goldie, I'm going to make you a mod. Let's see if it changes her font. Add as a moderator, a standard one. Goldie is now a mod. Now say something, Goldie, and let's see if it changes your font. It could be because Allie K is a mod. I think Allie K was saying that. Look, it changed it. Yeah. Now, Joyce is not a mod. Let's make, I'm going to make you all mods. Let's see. Let's make Joyce a mod because I cannot stand that outline font. Add as a moderator. I trust you, Joyce. I actually like a lot of mods because I like you guys to be able to say something, Joyce. Let's see if it changed your font. I like you guys to be able to leave links. Everybody used to be able to leave a link, but people were, mods are bold, members are outlined. Well, not all members are, oh, I see. Mods, I wish they wouldn't do that. I wonder if I can, well, there, see, Joyce is now a mod, and that makes sense, Allie K. Mods are bold and members are outlined. But a regular member, a regular chatter like Linda Renz, she's a regular font. I don't know why they put members in outline who are not mods in an outline font. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Now at least I know where to look to see maybe I can change something in the membership settings to, yeah. Thank you, Allie K, for leaving that link. And look, see the link? The link that Allie K left is no longer in, it's got, for me, it is not, used to be in a blue, it's all in white now. I only know it's a link because it has the HTTPS on it. So I don't know. I don't like when they change things around. Don't make me one. I don't like being a mod. You know, Angie, I kind of feel the same as you do. I have been a mod in other channels, and I don't mind being a mod. It's when they make me a mod and then take my mod status away. That's happened to me twice. Well, actually 3 times in larger channels. And I wouldn't mind if they would talk to me first and let me know, but it's like they undress me in public, you know? It embarrasses me, you know? Oh, why is Mary's getting a mod? Mary's getting a mod test. You know, and no matter what intention they have when they do it, it's still embarrassing. And so I just, it does not hurt my feelings. Well, now Becky, I like Becky being a mod in Becky's channel because I can drop links. That's the only reason I like being a mod is that when I'm going to drop a link, I can drop a link. Becky, you leave me as a mod. But like for some of the other channels, I'm not really going out to a lot of channels lately and participating in chats because I'm so busy with the yard and the house and the laundry and, you know, running here and running there. I don't have the time that I used to join all the chat streams. So I am a mod in Becky's channel. I don't know if I'm mod in anybody else's. I don't know because I haven't been out to a lot. I'm not a mod in Jacqueline's stream. I think Jacqueline only has Pink Girly as a mod. She might have another person that I'm not aware of, but well, it's not only that one person, Angie. It's happened about 3 times, and you know it's happened about 3 times, and I don't think, you know, these people are so focused on their business that they forget that doing something like that can be very hurtful, and they think, oh, I'm a business. This is a business decision. And so therefore your feelings don't count, you know? And I've always been, but I'm your customer. And I was only trying to help. And if you're going to do something like that, please contact me at least. Don't do it in public. You know, it's like Stand up here, Meri. I'm going to undress you so everybody can see. Now I've vented. Let's move on. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Jacqueline. Yeah. Feelings always matter. They do. And it always takes me by surprise, too. It always takes me by surprise. And that's part of it. Not only does it hurt my heart, part of it is that they, and it's public, but part of it is that it takes me by surprise. I'm not expecting it. If they would contact me and say, Meri, I have too many mods on my channel. I'm going to start making some of them just regular, and you're one that's going to just be a regular member. If they do that privately, the next time I went in there, I will have had time to process it. I can be very emotional. I don't have very thick skin, you guys. And I've learned a lot of lessons online, a lot of hard lessons online. But the other thing that I've learned online that is good, before I got on the internet, and I'm talking way back before YouTube even existed, way back in the 90s when the internet was just beginning, AOL. There was no, well, there might have been social media at that time. AOL was considered social media. But I was one of their moderators on AOL. And I did cross-stitch, the needle. I don't like calling it cross-stitch. I like calling it needlework because I think it's more than a craft. It's an art. And but I was their host on AOL. And I did quite well there. And I did quite well at the mining company, which became About.com. But About.com went public with their, they became in 2000, in year 2000, I think they went from the mining company to About.com. And I know, when they flipped over from 1999 to 2000, December 31st, they had already granted us stock. And the stock was worth a lot of money. It was worth like $25,000. And I'm going, because it was year 2000 and it was in that mode that, everybody's going to get rich in year 2000 and all of that. And I'm going, this is not going to last. And so I cashed it in. I cashed it in December 31st at around 11:30 at night. And I got my money out of the stock. But boy, the stock prices went down in the next couple days after the year 2000 flipped. And I'm so glad I cashed it in because it provided me some security, and that was kind of the way I got paid. But that was probably about the most money I've ever made online. Now I will say about About.com, they were being sued because the guides, they were called guides then. You were not called a host, you were called a guide. And some of the guides didn't think that they were getting fair compensation according to what was being made. And they were suing About.com. I don't think I participated in that. I don't remember getting money from any lawsuit. I may have, I just don't remember. I think I would remember if I did. But I got money out of the stock. But I will say the good thing about About.com is I made far more from the advertising and at About.com than I did that I do from YouTube. Now, you have to understand that was in the 90s versus 2025. 25 years have passed, so I don't know the ins and outs and all the deals of advertising and marketing, what all goes behind the scenes and all their algorithms. But I was making good money at about.com in addition to my full-time job. I put a lot of work into it. I was in the top 60 of 400 guides. So I worked pretty hard at my little needlework area. But after year 2000, things kind of went downhill for me, and I gave about.com up. But I still have the champagne they sent out when they went public. When they went public, they sent all the guides a little kit that had champagne and, you know, all these little freebies, marketing stuff. That's kind of my past. Goldie, I don't know either, but I have learned I don't need people like that in my life, so I've moved on. I'm just glad that I have friends like you that are all kind and, yeah. Let's see. What kind of friends are you talking? I've even been blocked by some channels by the person who has the channel. Well, Angie, I blocked Angie once by mistake, and I didn't even know I blocked her. I didn't even know Cindy, Rain Girl, caught it. She said, Meri, did you block Angie? I was looking for her comments and I don't see one comment, and I know Angie comments. And so I fixed it, and then I messaged Angie. I sent her an email and said, I'm so sorry, Angie, that was a mistake. Sometimes when I have my phone out on my desk like this, like what I'm doing now, and I'll set it aside and I'll be arting, and my hand will hit this, and that menu will pop up. That menu will pop up, and sometimes I think it gives you a chance now. It didn't used to give you a chance, but if that menu pops up and you accidentally hit the block person, that person gets blocked, and I think that's what happened to Angie. Yeah. It can happen very easily with mobile. And sometimes other guides accidentally block people. And if you feel like you've been blocked or deleted or something has happened on my channel, please feel free to email me or message me on Facebook. Say, Meri, what happened? What did you do? What did I do? Jacqueline says, I really love having online community. Being a parent can be lonely sometimes. Oh, hugs, Angie, or love, Jacqueline. I'm calling you Angie now. Yeah, I don't think I can identify with being a parent and all that goes on with that, but I can identify with feeling lonely sometimes. In fact, I felt like that just this week. I don't think any of them are listening. If they are, they're going to learn. My brother's grandson is getting married, and his mother, who is my brother's significant other's son's ex-wife. It's really complicated, but my brother gets along really good with her. And anyway, so she's the mother of my brother's grandson, let's put it that way, through marriage. And well, although she was a significant other, they never really got married. He got married and divorced his wife, and then hooked up with his high school sweetheart, which he should have married in the first place. They were a much better match. And she passed away with a throat cancer. She was a heavy smoker, and she passed away. And after I came back here to Nebraska just in a few years ago, his ex-wife passed away. But he still has connections to his grandson, and through connections, through significant other, calls him his grandson. He grew up, he treated him like a grandson. But his mother is throwing a kind of like a bridal shower for her, for the wife, for the fiance. And, you know, I kind of feel left out. You know, I kind of feel left out of that side of the family. I don't feel a connection to them. And I try, but they're heavy drinkers. I don't drink. I'm a little bit more conservative, and that might be a put off to some of them. So, you know, I understand them, and I love them, but you know, sometimes I feel left out of things. But sometimes I'm thankful to be left out because, you know, they get together and they all know each other. And, you know, I feel like the speck on the wall. So while I don't understand being a loneliness because of being a parent, I understand loneliness in some social settings. And, you know, it doesn't hurt me as much as it probably would have if I was younger because, you know, also I have social media, I have all you guys, and I kind of understand the differences and I've kind of accepted them. I don't have any hard feelings, but that still, that connection's not there. It isn't like I grew up with them and know them all, and, you know, it isn't like we're close. My brother's much closer to them than I am, and well, he should be. I mean, he was with his significant other over 20 years. So, you know, and then she was his high school sweetheart, and he knew that side of the family. And I was off working in different states and lived my life in a whole different part of the country. So when I come back, it's normal for us not to have that connection. But it's also very kind of lonely in a way. So there we go. Oh, Angie Brown. I will not read that out loud. Okay. Well, we'll keep you in my prayers, Angie. Sometimes it's just that others don't understand us. They don't understand us, Angie. Yeah, I'm sending you out hugs and prayers. And I think too, in my situation, it's just, there's just, the connection's not, the long-term connection is not there. But it still doesn't heal the, you know, I really don't have skin and bone friends down here. I had more friends up in Madison than I do here. And that's partly my fault. You know, I could join more organizations and, you know, get out more socially, but I do most of my social online. For one thing, to get out more socially, I have to travel, you know. Yeah, Goldie says that she got blocked a couple of times at Beth's, but it was an accident, and they make it too easy to accidentally block people. Yeah, I agree, Goldie. They do not have enough safeguards to say, did you really want to do this? And it's really easy to do it on mobile. But I like to see a lot of moderators in here. Hi, Kathy. Welcome in, Kathy. It's good to see you, Kathy Cowell. Cowell, I think. So we got to kind of touch some personal situations. If you guys want me to delete any of these messages after chat, let me know, because I can go in there and remove some of the stuff. We're kind of talking some personal stuff. I know I'm voicing it. But it isn't anything that's hurt me. It's just a feeling that I have in my situation. And I have to say, too, I think my faith helps me a lot. when I get the feeling down, and I'm not preaching at you, I'm just telling you how I deal with it. Um, I turn to the Lord a lot, and I pray. I spend time in the Word, uh, and that can do wonders for your self-esteem, because you know there's more to life than than yourself sometimes, but there's that, when that song, that what a friend we have in Jesus, that's so true. And sometimes I'll go in there, what a friend, what a friend. I'm alone, and I'm really jiving it, and I'm really thanking the Lord for being my friend. And I'm older too. I'm past retirement age. And I thank the Lord for being with me all these years and walking with me. And I know that if I don't have many skin and bones friends, I always have the Lord. And He always brings me out of my down feelings and all of my boo-hoos. He gets you looking at your blessings in life. And when you start focusing on the positive things, it lifts you up. You're going, well, things aren't so bad. I've got a roof above my head. I have my car. I can go out and garden. I'm able to buy flowers. I'm able to, have my YouTube channel. And when you start focusing on all the blessings that you have, you forget all the boo-hoo, what you're boo-hooing about. Linda says, never fear your own voice. That's so true. Let me go down to the bottom. I've scrolled up. Yeah, Goldie says, God is a great comfort. Prayer and scriptures are there for you day or night and when alone. Yes. And Jacqueline says, it's so wonderful to be together online. I feel like that, Allie. Allie says, me too. You are all my friends. I really, let's see. Yeah, we'll just stop there. You're all my friends. Yeah. The age difference, Allie, makes a difference. And for me, it's not so much an age difference as it is a physical difference. Like, I go to church online, a local church here, online, but for me to go there physically, it's a good drive over there, And I used to go I had this one friend that I made here in the town, but she moved away. But we used to go together for a while there. But she liked to go out and eat after the service. And so by the time I paid my offering and paid my lunch afterwards, 4 weeks and a month, I was broke, and I kind of had to call a stop to it because, it was just, and that was about the time that I had the cataract surgery, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay my medical bills. Which brings me to, and I don't think she'll mind, for those of you that know Deb Iback, please keep her in your thoughts and prayers because she's going through a really rough time. And I don't want to dwell on on what she's going through because I really don't have permission. But she is a part of our art community. And just, even if you don't know her, just utter a prayer for her. I really believe that God hears our prayers and our prayers for other people. You may not feel like your prayer is being heard or that it matters, but I think it really does. And she's going through a rough time right now. We go through rough times, and if we hold each other up during the rough times without, giving away too much privacy, I think that really, I think spiritually, what you put out there matters, even if you're putting it out as a prayer. All right. Yes, Debbie. Yeah. I think that's the same person. Yeah. Hi, Lori girl. Pink girly. Um, yeah, she may not lately be online as much as I think she goes into Dee Dee's group, but I don't know because I haven't been there for a while. But I think Dee Dee knows her. I don't know about Janet Young. Is she going there? I have not been in Dee Dee's chat for a couple weeks, so. And she probably hasn't been either. I know her on Facebook, and I kind of know her situation from Facebook. But just know she's a part of our art community, and she's going through a rough time right now. So, okay, I should probably, what time is it? It's 9:20. I'm not going to do the postcard thing because we got down a rabbit trail. I had planned to deconstruct this book that I got at the other thrift store the other day. And let me put this phone away so I don't block somebody. They had some collector's books that they weren't antique or anything. They were a catalog type book at that store. And granted, they were nice books, but I was really kind of offended that they were asking almost $10, $8.99, $9 for those books. And those books were donated to them. And I'm going, that's way too much. And I told them it was too much. But I found this book. I think I just paid a couple dollars for this book, which I probably could have got for 50 cents at a book sale because it's soft cover. But my notepad might go out here any minute. I'm hoping it'll last me until the end of the... But I got this book specifically to fussy cut from. And all I'm going to do tonight is fussy cut it. I really like the inside cover. This would make a really nice art journal cover right here. And let's see if I can get it off. Just by... Sometimes if I take my metal ruler or a knife, Angie. And if I can just get it enough. There we go. To get the spine off, or even if I have to cut the book. Let's work with the front covers. See, the front cover's the same. And although I don't mind this, I really like this. I knocked my rabbit over. We had a rabbit nibbling at my watermelon. My brother said he saw a rabbit hopping out there. We think he got 2 of them. My brother thinks he saved the other one. I saw he put a tin can around it. And that was the one thing I was going to do tonight. I was going to plant some more watermelon on my stream tonight. I forgot. I'll have to do that tomorrow. I think I think it's early enough that watermelon grew really fast. So I think that I can get some more transplanted in the coming week, and we'll still have watermelon. It might be a little later, but the summer's just starting. The summer is just starting. I'm just going to tear it here. See, this will make a nice art journal cover. And the back will too. Or inside cover. Whatever. Yeah, this index is coming off. So I am just going to sit here for the next few minutes, and we're going to deconstruct this book like we would a magazine. And I think if I take it by sections, about 3 or 4 pages at a time, until this starts building up. And see, even the, look, tours and lodging, and it has suitcases in there. That would make a really nice section in an art journal. How that went. Let's see, this was page 237, 236. It goes like this. Here's a barometer. So I ordered some more sticker paper today, glossy sticker paper, 100 more sheets. This is photographic goods. Photographing goods, photographic goods. Look at that house. Now I won't be able to use the images on both sides. I could scan them, but I don't like doing that in a book that's still under copyright. I'll just choose one side and use the original on one side, and the other side will just be the non-choice. Some of this I'm not thrilled about. Guns and gun stock and war clubs that are not down my alley. Plains Indians. It's not too bad. Levi button fly denim trousers. Gotta giggle sometimes. Birch bark canoes. The crooked knife. This is more for men. Oh, now we're into the ladies. Amazon dry goods. Amazon dry goods, ladies and gentlemen's furnishings. Huh. Amazon. Not our Amazon, but... And look, they're showing both the front and the back. Shaker cloths. But when you use it in a journal and you fold it, you really get, well, you don't get much there, but you get some text. But you really get all the pages. Mix some blank pages in between. Food and drink. I like how they do the chapter sections, because here they got images of packaging in there. Engraved brass sleigh bells. Well, this must be transportation. Vehicles, old carriages. I'm thankful for my minivan, I have to say. This one needs a horse. Mine just needs gas. I have a half tank, though. I went to town and back on, still have a half tank of gas. I don't drive as much as I used to. I just drive locally. When we go to Hobby Lobby and the VA, my brother drives up that way. Sometimes I go by myself, but the furthest I go is probably about, maybe 30, 40 miles. So I really don't drive long distances anymore. I used to. Gosh, I used to drive all over. Between Nebraska and Indianapolis. I'd hop in my car on a Friday afternoon after work. I'd drive all night, spend my mom, hop in my car early Saturday morning, drive all day, get home, not Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and get there in time to go to work. It's a nice long drive, let me tell you. I did that quite a bit when I lived in Indiana. I drive between Indianapolis and St. Louis. Drive between Louisville, Kentucky and Madison, Wisconsin when I was moving. Through several trips. drive out to Colorado when I was younger. Of course, I had a different car then. All by myself. I remember once I went out, I came home to visit my parents. I was younger, I was in my 20s then. And I came home to visit my parents, and it was in the winter, and of course it blizzarded on the way back, and I was caught in the blizzard. I made it, but boy, I tell you, it was slow driving. And that happened when I lived in Madison too. And the thing with blizzard driving, especially if you're on the interstate, people don't understand driving in those storms, a lot of them. And they don't slow down. If they slowed down, everything would be okay. But they're trying to go 50, 60 miles an hour on the interstate in a blizzard. I'm going, no, you need to slow down to at least 30, maybe 20. It's snowing out there. I don't know if I want to keep this. Let's throw it. You can't keep everything, Mary. I like it, though. It's nice and strong. Let's throw it away, Mary. Can't keep it. All right, so this book is all deconstructed, and it took me 10 minutes. So let's look through here and pick out some images that speak to me. And yeah, I might have to separate these pages as I go. Let's flip it. Although I plan on taking out some pages to fussy cut here, but these are the front matter. Yeah, see, this is the thing, when you take it by section, you still haven't taken all the stuff off, so you got to be careful. Although if you fussy cut, acknowledgements, here's where it starts here. Structures and plans. I could put ideas and plans, but they're talking about houses. There's an old gazebo, a hearthstone home, looks like a log cabin. I'm not really into that, but still, building supplies and fixtures. This goes here. There isn't a whole lot under structures and plans. And I'm just doing it like this. Now, I like this. I thought this would be fun to doodle. Victorian millwork. I'm going to keep that page out. Cumberland woodcraft. 19th century lumber. Here's a ceiling fan. An 1886 ceiling fan. Looks like the one in our living room. It does. Only ours has 4. They haven't changed much in design. Oh, I'm sure ours is much newer than that. Staircase, bathtub and sink, toilet seats. I don't know if they changed much since then. Ours is white. Oh, here's a weather vane, copper weather vane. I think I'll keep, oh, that's got the furniture. That would make a nice page. Let me hold that one. And you know what? My pages are blowing. Let me put some crochet thread on them. Keep them from blowing around. Fan's pointed the wrong way. Chairs. There's a park bench. And English hat stand. It almost looked like an altar of some sort. It's a hat stand. The bed factory. Well, now we get iron beds. Aren't they cool? Iron beds. Mount Lebanon settee. Chairs. Ball and bed. Ball and ball bed. Revolving chair. And we'll get some nice cedar chest here. Looks like fracture art on it. 1802 trunk. Housewares. We get, what is that? A train rack? Victorian racks were settings for the display of the cultural biases and accomplishments of their owners through a jumbled medium of exotic animal or botanical prints. I'm not sure what that is. Fire backs, fire screens, I think. Roxbury fly trap. Want a fly trap? Old Sturbridge Village candlesticks. That's cool. I like those. Tavern wall box. Nailhead studded leather trunks. Yeah. Here's a hand-stitched brooms and looks like a basket. Nantucket lightship basket. Coffee grinder. You still see a lot of coffee grinders when you go antiquing. They want money for them, but yeah, I'm not into fussy cutting this stuff either. Let's just move on. I'll just take a few things out here. Apple pear crockery. Crockery, not quackery, crockery. This is more glassware and silver. Kerosene lamps, that's kind of cool. Fixtures. Alright, I'm kind of jumping over some of this. Nothing I want right now. Dry goods. Here we go. Jacquard coverlet. Noah Webster's did bundlers pull the wool over his eyes. I have to read about that. There's some carpet bags on the other side, but I like these. I'm going to save that out. Large traveling bag. Here's a quilt. Amish and Mennonite quilts. I went to high school with a lot of Mennonite. See, I like stuff like this. I went to high school with Mennonite friends. They went to public school. Here's more what I'm after. Samplers and... yeah, look at this. Fairy tale tiles. Very cool. We could do some fairy tale. You know, that inspires me. We could tell some diggity fairy tales. Now I'll be thinking about that all weekend. What kind of a fairy tale could I tell in diggity fairy tales? Yeah, I'm going to keep this out. Timepieces. Now Dee Dee goes for the watches and the clocks and all of that. Of course she has real cool images. But still it reminded me of her. Cook stoves. We used to have, when I was growing up, what they called a topsy-turvy stove, a little topsy-turvy stove. Mom didn't cook on it, but it actually burnt. It looked something like this, only it was smaller. It didn't have this piece. Yeah, my parents burnt wood. They had a wood stove when I was growing up. That was their heating. That was their heating. We weren't rich at all. We didn't have a fireplace. We had a stove. A great big tall thing. Farming garden. Some of this might be fun to put in my gardening section of my writing journal. I think I'll keep. Those are nails. General store farm implements. I don't need the axes. Windmill. I don't see any garden stuff except for this. I think I'll keep this one out. How they put these together, it really wasn't stitched, but look, they made little, and it was glued together. It wasn't stitched. I didn't see any strings, but kind of interesting how they bound that book. Farm and Garden. Cook stove, shaker box. This is cool. Flour stone mill. These are cool. I'm not going to fussy cut them, but now we're into the carriages. I'm going to kind of walk past the carriages because that's a lot to fussy cut. I'll come back to that at another time. Food and drink. New England Cobb smoked turkey and ham. Pure sorghum. Bottled beer. Tabasco pepper sauce. Bell seasoning. And Heinz tomato ketchup. Looks like ours today. Only ours is in a plastic bottle. Wearing apparel. Here we go. Here's the cool stuff. I'll save this stuff out. This chapter gets saved out. Earlier frontier items. Yeah, some more clothing. Wooden kegs. Well, we don't need that. That's camp gear. I'll save this. I'm just saving some things out that is calling to me right now. The crooked knife. These guns and knives aren't really my thing. Shirts. Indians. Cowboys and Indians. Arrows. War arrows. Ghost dance shirt. Bowie knife. Guns. Military goods. Masculine. If you were doing something for a boy. Playing cards. Large coffee pot. Here we're to camping. Civil War camping. I'll have to go back and read. Looks like a poetry. I'm going through the guns and rifles. Got quite a bit of those. Ah, we're to the books. We're to the books. Maybe this will be interesting. Yeah. More my speed here. The Three Bears. Merrimack Publishing Company. Children's books. I'll save those out. Photographic goods. Yeah, cameras. Musical instruments, toys, and games. It's very interesting how they did these pages. Toys and games here. Here. I'm going to save those. Got a nice little pile to go through. Remedies and toilet articles. Genuine Alcox porous plaster. Give the plaster a quick, firm pull from the corner. Do not pull it a little at a time, because if it is removed with one pull, you will feel no discomfort. If your skin is tender, moisten the plaster with cotton wool dipped in cologne, water dipped cologne, lavender water, or surgical spirit. This will soften the rubber and make removal easier. What would you put porous on? Plaster porous on your. Wash the skin with plenty of soap. It is necessary to shave the skin to facilitate. Oh, if necessary, cut the plaster to make it fit. That was 4. If necessary, shave the skin to facilitate removal of the plaster. Oh, so you don't pull your hair out. Gently remove the covering from the face of the plaster. If necessary, cut the plaster to make it fit. Warm the plaster until it's sticky. Place the plaster over the pane and smooth it down. Must be something. The plaster may be worn from 1 day to 3 weeks if required. If pain persists after 3 days, remove the plaster and apply a new one. It's a pain. Alcock's porous plaster, an old-time poultice that drew out temporary muscle pain by counter-irritant action. Sounds painful. Contains burgundy pitch, frankincense, orris root, capsicum, beeswax, camphor, gum of EMI, and gum of myrrh on a natural rubber base. Price is $6, $5.50 shipping and handling. Huh. I think I would live with the pain. Pipes and tobacco. There's a good old picture of Mark Twain. Tobacco and some Indians. Nautical items. I'm not really into that right now. Tours and lodging. That's kind of cool. Shaker Village. Pioneer, Black Creek Pioneer Village. Connor Prairie. Connor Prairie, that's up in Indianapolis. Yeah, Fisher, Indiana. I lived in Noblesville, which was just kind of east of Fishers, Indiana. I remember Connor Prairie. I didn't look like that when I lived there, but... White House Ranch. When I lived in Indianapolis, I lived in 2 places, depending on where I worked. When I first moved to Indianapolis, I lived on the south side, and I think it was Greenville or Greenfield. I think it was Greenfield. And I lived on a golf course, an apartment on a golf course. I'll never do that again. Scrap relief pictures. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see what this is all about. Christmas items. Look. Scrap relief pictures. During the Victorian era, the filling of scrapbooks with such novelties as these chromatic lithographic pictures was a popular pastime. Yeah, they're expensive now. They call them scrap, German scrap. Embossed and die-cut, inexpensive scrap pictures were also used to decorate Christmas ornaments, gingerbread, cookies, and valentines. The pictures shown here are part of the collection reprinted from antique originals in England and sold here by the something something company, Blum Company, Blumschen Company. Purchase was $1.50 per double sheet. It's more than that now. That's the German scrap is expensive now. Old Christmas. I guess I'll save Christmas out. And I think I'm getting toward the back here. Because we're in the index. I don't think there's any more pictures. So, I do like the front and the back. So I'm going to take all of this and I'll put it in a box. Because I'll go through this another time. And I'm going to save all of this out to fussy cut. And it's what? 10 till 10. So let me put this up here. And let's see. I really do like, oh, this has, looks like grocery items here. Well, no, it's got dress, rich, creamy, close lather, sliced pineapple, looks like some books. Let's pull this off. Of course, I do it the hard way. If I can get the rest of this off. Now I have some ledger paper that I saved out. Where did I do with that? I have some folded ledger paper that would go really good in here. See, I'm thinking a journal like this. And some paper. Now, I'll probably fussy cut some of this. I'll have to pick and choose. See, I have seen so many images like this, and these are so small. I kind of like this. And of course, that's German scrap. Toys and games. Find one that I don't mind fussy cutting. See, his head comes right there, but I might just get that wagon wheel out. I think if I hold it up to the light, I can see where that wagon wheel, this wagon wheel, just comes over his hat, just a teeny bit right in there. And I could probably shave a little off of the wagon wheel and get them both. But if I fold it in half, see, I'll get the wagon, but his head gets lost in the, so I have to think about that. Books, I could cut those out. I could probably cut these out pretty easy. These would be too hard to fussy cut. Although they're cool, they're lamps. These would be fun to doodle. I'm just looking. Cats. See, there's a lot of, when you do something like this and you want to keep the original, you have to choose. Do I want this big Alice in Wonderland adventure, which I could probably find online in a public domain, or would I want Davy Crockett? Probably find that online too. Probably a lot of this is online because they're in the public domain. Earlier frontier items. See, some of this cool stuff is on the back of my wearing apparel. Here's where I have to make decisions, but I'll probably definitely keep those. This is what I saved. Now I have to make my decisions of what I want to keep, and do I want that really pretty lady and the collars, or do I want the Victorian shirts and the Edwardian underwear and the men's underwear? 19th century food choices. I think I saved this out because I thought it'd be fun to put in my writing journal. And this one, I'll probably keep that. I'm not so attracted to that. We could fussy cut that tonight. And the fairy tale. This one inspires me. Fib Diggity fairy tales. I'm going to have to make up some Fib Diggity fairy tales. And here's a lithographed canvas picture of Who is it? By means of a process in which the Hudson River School. It doesn't say who this is. I have to read the text to find out who it is. But I'll probably save that picture. The coverlets. I'll probably cut these out. And then this inspires me. So I'm going to keep this one out. I'm going to keep this one out. And this one I can cut pretty easy. And the fairy tale one inspires me. And this one I can fussy cut. So those I want to keep out. Of the ones that I saved out. These are the ones I'm keeping out of the ones I saved out. And the same with the weather vane. And I'm to the end. So, these I'm saving for this future decision making. I like them, but they're for future decision making. This I folded in half. These I'm going to cut and get inspired with. So, I'm not going to do any more tonight. It's 9:55. Let me come out and read chat. I deconstructed that book. That was a big step for me tonight. We also did Angie's envelope. We did the thrift haul. What else did I do? Something else. I don't remember everything. I have to go back and go through my own stream to see what I did. Come on. Chat. All messages. There we are. What does Stephanie say? I've lived on my grandparents' farm most of my life, but not all. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, that's cool. Hi, Lala. It's good to see you, Lala. Welcome in. Lala, did you just have a wedding anniversary? Or that picture that you just put up on Facebook, was that a wedding anniversary one? And your granddaughter was with you? She just graduated? Do I have that all wrong? She says hi. Allie says the farm has so much history. Let's see. Goldie says, Angie, we do sometimes find spiders or snakes instead. What did Allie say? Allie says, my grandpa's 94 and he lives in the same home he was born in. Wow, that is cool. Goldie says, Lala, when my niece comes in the summer, she makes us drive or walk all over the place looking for frogs. You know, it is cool, though. We used to live in an old rented. Now, this was when I was younger. I was about in, what, 3rd or 4th grade. My parents rented a farmhouse. My dad did not farm. He was a farmhand. He helped the farmers. But at night in the summertime, you don't hear irrigation wells anymore. They have sprinklers now. But you used to, at night, like in June and July, you go out in the summertime and you'd hear all those irrigation wells running and you'd hear all the frogs and you'd hear the crickets. You'd see the stars. And you get bit by mosquitoes. Yeah, living in the country. Now, my dad did not farm, but we lived in the country. Some really cool memories of living out there. Let's see. Lala says, right, Allie, I can't imagine doing without any of the creature comforts. That's so true. Goldie says, we still use a clothesline, but it's so hot and dry here. Stuff dries in a few hours. Yeah, it's been pretty hot here. I've been pretty thankful for our rain. I mowed the lawn the other day, and I got it all mowed for Memorial Day weekend. And I just put the lawnmower away and just came in the house, and we had a downpour. Oh, dear. Well, you want it to rain, just mow the lawn. But it's not bad. It really didn't, well, the north side of the house needed mowed, but the other side of the house didn't really need it. Now it needs it. But we had a rainy, cool day today, and we're predicted to have rain all weekend and into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Off and on rains. So, but I'm thankful for it because our backyard, you'd walk out there and the ground was just dry. And, we hadn't had rain for about 3 weeks. Our grass was just begging for a drink. And my brother used to sprinkle, to water the lawn. He used to get out the sprinkler. He doesn't do that anymore. He said, well, just let it go. I still mow it because it needs mowed, but I wish that he would. When we had that sewer line, he had his son come down, and after they fixed the sewer line and everything and got all that put back together, they tore the yard up. So his son came down and helped us till and replant grass, and it's doing pretty good out there. But our backyard needs it, and I asked my brother if he thought him and I could till it. He did till that backyard right after they tore down that old garage, but it's pretty much all grown up in weeds again, and it needs to be tilled. We need to get rid of the weeds and replant grass out there. But I don't know. If we can't handle it, I'm thinking about getting in touch with the young man who helped me with the compost. And the compost pile is just about gone after I refill my pots that I brought dirt home from. I'm going to mix compost with the bags of topsoil and put them in. I've got 5 mineral tubs to fill. And after I get those filled, I was going to do it this weekend, but I can't get out and work in the mud. And after we get those filled, our compost pile will be all leveled out and everything. And it looks nice out there as far as the garden goes. What did I do here? I lost my place. Come on. Flip back. Let's see. Lala says, my granddaughter's graduation mass tonight and graduation on Saturday. I'm thrilled to share that after 19 incredible years together, I finally said yes. Oh, you, congratulations, Lala. You tied the knot last Sunday. Well, congratulations. Oh, that's cool. Bless your heart. I noticed a change in your name. I noticed that when I sent you some happy mail. You got a Fib Diggity tag, and I think, oh yeah, you won one of these envelopes from Becky. Won an envelope for you. Yours is blue. I don't know what I did with the one that. This is mine. This is Angie's. You won a blue envelope. Becky won an envelope for you. It's coming your way. And some Fig Diggity. I hope you're at the same address. You've been engaged for 17 years. Well, that's cool. At least you know you made the right decision. You had time to think about it. You saw the replay. Okay. Well, Angie's getting this one, and I put mine in the box. I can only do one of these at a time. I can only take one at a time. Same address. Okay, well, they're coming your way. Allie K says, you can tell it's spring. The animals are back making a mess in our yard. They think it's a potty. Aw, Allie. Critters gotta go, Allie. Allie K does all these little animals. Let's see. Congratulations to you and your granddaughter. It's been a big week for you. The mosquitoes start coming around this week. Oh, really? Have you tried planting a citronella? Can that grow in your area? I saw some citronella plants. I just about got them, but they did not take care of them, and I didn't want to buy them if they. And then at Menards, I saw some succulents, and they were only 97 cents a piece, and I go, boy, that's really cheap for succulents. And I looked at them, and I'm going, I wonder if there's something wrong with them, because I didn't know if it was the nature of the succulent, because I don't know succulents that well. It was not a powder. The leaf, the succulent leaf was kind of a leaf shape like this, and it was a light green, and then it had a white, kind of a whitish, I want to say a rough area, and that to me looked questionable. And I didn't know. I thought, well, maybe that's just because all of them had it. And I'm going, I don't know if that plant is not good or if that's the variety of the plant. So I didn't buy it because I was leery, because 97 cents, if it was a good plant, they would probably be charging more, unless they had a huge sale and just wanted to get rid of them. But I questioned it, and I didn't know they didn't have any identifying information. They were just in little brown pots, and so I couldn't read about the plant because I didn't know what I was looking at. So I didn't buy them. What did I buy? I bought these pink geraniums. I always get red geraniums. These are beautiful pink geraniums. I bought, gosh, I don't even remember what I bought. I have to go out and look. I know I bought some more petunias and marigolds. I like to buy the trays of those, and then I plant them in big rows. But the petunias, I think I'm going to put in one of those big round tubs. I bought petunias a couple weeks ago when my check first came in, and we have some old railroad ties, and on the north side of our garden, we have railroad ties, and toward the end, there's a little kind of a fence in here, and toward the end, there's no fence, and I've got a daisy plant here, and I have some long, not long, but sort of long and rectangular planters. And I planted petunias all up around there and all around my daisy plant. And my brother has a rain gauge there. And it really makes a pretty little corner on the garden. So I thought I would do another big round mineral tub and just fill it with petunias. But I looked and looked and looked for double petunias. And I couldn't find them at Menards. My mother loved double petunias. Now they might have them by the Ace Hardware store. They have a big outdoor garden every spring. They might have them there, but they sell those annuals for way too much. $5 or $6 for a little 6-pack. I won't pay that. I pay $3 for the ones at Menards, and I think that's expensive. But at Ace, I did buy pampas grass, because I want to get some pampas grass started. And I bought some of that at the Ace store because it was there. And the lavender, I got a beautiful lavender plant at Menards last year. And my lavender doesn't make it through the winter here. But I'm going to go out and clip it down and make some. That's why I bought that tool at the thrift store. I'm going to make some little lavender sachets because it's all dried. And but I bought some lavender plants at the lavender at Menards just didn't look good. It looked like it was dying. It didn't look fresh at all. But at the Ace Hardware, I paid a higher price for it, but it was nice. There's some nice lavender. And they call them, what do they call them? The bee plants. I think they're just milkweed, but they call them bee balm, I think, or something like that. that attracts the bees. And then I bought some plants that I'm not familiar with. It's called wormwood. Maybe you guys are familiar with it. It's called wormwood, but it's like artissima or something like that. I bought 2 of those, and they're kind of tall. And they say to plant them in dry soil. And I'm going, I have to figure out where to plant those, because most of the soil around here we water. The lavender you plant in dry soil too, but I have that in a tub. So let me go down to the bottom. Goldie says, I love flowers. I've got to get busy and stuff some seed in the ground. Me too, Goldie. I have the seed, and I was going to do it this weekend. I might try to sneak out there if it doesn't rain tomorrow, if I can get out there and sow some seed. I've started planting the little annuals. My watermelon germinated and grew real nice. So nice that rabbits ate 2 of, we think rabbits ate 2 of them because they're gone. One of them my brother rescued and put a big old coffee can around it, hoping to save it. So I want to replant the watermelon. But my little marigolds, I planted them. They look so pretty in the ground. I call them little. I showed them here not too long ago. I planted them out in the garden, and we had a huge windstorm, and it just destroyed all those baby marigolds. And I planted some out in the corner where the black walnut tree is. They're gone too. The wind just tore my daisy plant. Oh, it tore the blooms off. The daisy will recoup. In fact, it's already recouping. It's already looking nice again. It doesn't have a bloom yet, but it'll recoup. But that wind, and it blew all the iris down. The iris plants were blooming so pretty, and it knocked them all down. The peonies had not bloomed yet, so we still have some pretty peonies if the wind will leave it alone. But I want to get out there because I have zinnia seed and coneflower, and I have seed to put in the ground. I just need to go do it. But I've been so busy doing all the other stuff that I haven't got it done yet. You use an herbal mosquito repellent from some of those things that work well as fake chemicals. Allie, there are 13 or 14 different plants. Look it up. What did Allie say? Interesting, Lala. Fennel plant. Allium, lavender, marigolds, eucalyptus, bee balm, floss flowers, basil. Yeah, basil. I got some basil. That was one thing. Catnip. They had catnip for sale, but we've got a lot of feral cats around here. I don't want them in our garden, so I skipped the catnip. Lantana. Scented geraniums are some of the things that repel mosquitoes. Yeah, that geraniums, maybe they'll, because I'm planning on putting those in pots. We've got this plant stand that my brother's had out there for years. It's getting rusty, but it'll hold a pot up above and one down below. And I'm going to put the geranium in there. Bug eggs. Yeah, on those succulents, it could well have been bug eggs. I was very, very wary of it. I didn't buy them because it just didn't, there's something that said this doesn't make sense that they're selling these at 99 cents. If they were bug eggs, though, they shouldn't be selling them. Even at 97 cents. Not worth risking bringing home something unknown if something was bad. Yeah, I agree. Allie K retracted a message. Let's see. Yeah, we usually put a plant by the doors. It helps a tiny bit. Oh, the citronella. Angie can't hold her eyes open anymore. Sweet dreams, sweet Angie. You're in our hearts and prayers. I'm sending out hugs and sweet dreams. Lala says she's exhausted. Okay, I think I've chatted for about 15 minutes. Yeah, Lala says she doesn't like chemicals because it kills the bees. Yeah, we don't spray. In fact, we have so many dandelion plants, but they're all organic. We don't spray, we don't use weed killer, you know. And my brother's kind of like, just let it be. And, you know, in a sense, I kind of, if the dandelions would not be so invasive, I really wouldn't mind them, but they are so invasive. And we have these violets that like to, and I noticed we had one growing by our back door up around the cement step going up to our back door, and my brother hates them. And I noticed the other day he's chopped down that beautiful violet plant. He waits till I'm gone. I went shopping. Was that yesterday or the last time I went? And I go, oh, he chopped down that beautiful violet. You know, he knows that I leave it alone because I have specifically avoided it when I mowed, and he chopped it down. I like violet plants myself. If anything's going to invade, the clover is invasive. I don't really care for that, although I can live with it. And the dandelions are invasive, and the violets are invasive, but they're pretty. Steph says she doesn't like chemicals because they're so bad for kids and animals and the bugs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know our neighbors the neighbor to the east and a couple blocks down and to the southwest of us, their lawns are beautiful. I mean, they have to be used on them. Because you don't see a weed, you don't see a dandelion. They're just beautiful lawns. But I don't know if I'd walk barefoot in them, to tell you the truth, at least. I mean, I might step on some sticks, but I'm not afraid of walking barefoot. Knock on wood, there are some bats near here. They eat the mosquitoes. Yeah. Yeah, those bats can be, every now and then, it's mostly in the fall that we see a bat. And my brother, they get in the house somehow, but my brother usually manages to catch him and put him back outside. And he told me once, it scared me to death. I was sleeping, and he said a bat came in the house. And I said, you didn't wake me up. He said, no. He said, why should I wake you up? You just get scared. And he said, you were just laying there asleep. I didn't want to. You love the bats and the snakes? Ugh, they're creepy. Those bats can be creepy. I think they get in upstairs somehow. Through our house has kind of a pointed sloped roof. And the two closets in my brother's man room up there, he never goes in it anymore. But he's got two closets on each side, and the roof slants down that way. And then on our west room, the same thing happens, and the two closets kind of slant down. The south room has no slanty roofs. I don't go up there much. When I first moved down here, I slept upstairs, but we close it off in the winter because it gets so cold. And my brother had a gas stove up there, but I made him turn it off. I smelled gas when the pilot light went out, and I said, just turn the thing off. And I sleep down here now because in the summertime, it gets way up to like 101 up there. And he's got a window air conditioner, but you have to run it all day to get decent sleeping at night. And I said, it's not worth the electricity. So Goldie says, I mostly love the birds, but I do enjoy the wildlife. I appreciate bats. They at least do good. The mice scare me when they get inside, though. Yeah. We don't have many mice. We got all these feral cats. In fact, it was one of the subjects at one of the town meetings. I didn't go, but I saw it on the agenda, was the problem of the feral cats. But I think the feral cats, well, I also think they scare the birds away, the feral cats. But I think they take care of the mice. I see a robin. I heard a cardinal the other day, and I've seen a blue jay, and you see the robins and the blackbirds, and every now and then I see a sparrow. But I don't see the pretty little birds, the hummingbirds. I never see a hummingbird. You know, I wish we had more birds here, but I do think the cats scare them away. You saw a rat? They just cut the field down and it must scared it out. Aw. Yeah, these poor animals, you know, they're God's creatures. They have to live someplace. Look, I didn't get these blues and greens put away. Let's do that now. I'm holding them in my hand. Well, you guys, it's past 10 o'clock. I've spent the last 20 minutes now chatting, so I think I'm going to say goodnight to you all. And have a really, really good Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. If you're home, do some art. If you're bored, do some art. Go online. Join some of the communities out there. This is Friday. All I know really tomorrow is that Sugar will be on at 6. She's pretty consistent. 6 on Saturday night, 6 Eastern. And I will be back Sunday at 6. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. See, I think I'll make this my thumbnail since it's out.